Hey everyone, this is Sam from WargamerOnline. I'm going to do another unboxing today. This is on the Necromunda Orlock gang from Games Workshop. So when these models came out, they looked amazing. I wasn't as excited because I wasn't going to be doing Necromunda. We've got enough on our plate at the moment with regards to 40k and Age of Sigmar and all the other games we want to start. So although these models looked amazing, I had no use for them, so I didn't need to buy them. However, I've started a new Kharadron Overlord army, and I'm making my pirate gang out of primarily these. So these are going to be, instead of using Archnaut company models, the little dwarven, or Dwarden, and I'm going to be putting Skitarii heads on these, and that's what I'll be using for my crew. But this is the base for my army, and they look amazing. They look like pirates anyway. They'll match Age of Sigmar, because especially when you look at them combined, you know, or opposite a Kharadron Overlord themselves, they're very steampunk and technical, and these have got nice little bits of armor and, you know, the ragtag look to them. I'm just taking out some of the bear heads on mine and switching them over for helmets, but other than that, they're absolutely perfect for the use that I'm going to be using them as. The paint job, you know, it's definitely a difference from the difference in these between the older versions. The older Orlocks used to have red bandanas. They looked a little bit more they had a lot of Juves, and they're like the newbies to the gang, so they had a lot of youngsters that basically joined the gang. And by the look of this Necromunda, they've almost redesigned them to be like miners and industrial workers, and they're a little bit more experienced than the Orlocks that I knew from Necromunda, so they've definitely changed them a little bit. They've got these really nice weapons though, like these what are they called, harpoons. So they've got a harpoon launcher, and I'm going to be using that as a sky hook in the Kharadron Overlords, because it's perfect. It is basically a sky hook. It's going to be shot at things, and you know, it's got this nice big chain on it, and there's 2 of them inside this set, which is really nice. So you get quite a lot of bits to actually create what I'm going to be working on. The leader of the unit has got a nice big servo claw as well. Might be saving that for one of my characters rather than putting it on the actual unit themselves. But yeah, really nice looking stuff. The one thing that I'm disappointed, because obviously Kharadron Overlords are up in the sky, I'm going to be changing my story, the reason that they're humans and stuff. They're not going to be in the upper atmosphere, so mine could potentially still have skin showing, but I still want to try and have as many with gas masks and faceplates as possible. So I'm not going to be using all of these heads. However, I'm not wasting them. They're going to be put in my Stormcast army, because these are just simply amazing. The sculpts on these heads are just amazing. I love heads, you know. I love any sort of kit. Like when the Empire Greatsword units came out, those heads were brilliant. The Rangers from the Empire range, they were amazing. Anytime they release a new set, first thing I do is look at the heads and think, how can I use them in a model? And these are definitely ones that you can use in a lot of different kits. So we'll open it up and we'll see what you actually get inside. Okay, first things first, we've got these bases. These are the industrial bases. You get 10 of these, they're 25mm, and they've got like an industrial finish on them. They've got these little holes on the bottom. We saw these with the Escher gang. I don't know if you've seen that video. If you haven't, just check that one out. But it looks like you can probably pop magnets into the bottom of these and use them. Other than that, it's 10 nice industrial bases to use on the models. We've got the instructions next. So showing you an outline of what they should really look like when you're done. Telling you that you're going to need plastic glue, clippers and a mold line remover or a knife, as always. And then on the inside of here, you've got quite a detailed, you know, description of showing you what bits go together. It's also showing you that you need to put the leg on first. So you put the leg on, then you put the back on, then you put the shoulders on, then you put the arms on, and I always put the head on last so that you can position it in a different way, especially with the fact that I'm converting mine. Having the head separate and always putting it on last definitely helps change the dynamic of the model and changes the pose of it as well. The posing, I'm going to, you know, it's really good. There's tons of stuff you can do with these. I'm going to be chopping some of the arms up at the shoulders so that I can change the arm angles, and I'll fill that in with green stuff just to give them a little bit more character and make them look even more unique. And as I've said, I'm not going to be using all of these heads, so they'll look different anyway just from that. But yeah, nice and straightforward in terms of putting all of these together. And you get weapons, so you can build most of these with the pistols or a close combat weapon, or you can give them these little auto guns instead. So depending on how you want to equip them, I'm going to give all of mine pistols and a close combat weapon, because I'm using them as Arcanite company, so they all have pistols and close combat weapons. But in Necromunda you can build different you can have all your different models with different loadouts, so it would probably be good to have a mix of kit between your gang. I really love this servo claw on this guy who's called Rocky, but he's got a really nice arm, and I love this little sawn off. It's not a sawn off shotgun, but it's like a little shotgun pistol-y thing. Really like that. I'm definitely going to be using that somewhere in my army. And this guy as well, Mo Two Fist. He's got 2 pistols, 2 revolver-looking weapons, and that's just really cool. The favourite bit though is this guy Zed Hackjaw. So he's got the harpoon launcher, but you can also give him this, what's it, probably a heavy stubber or something. Both of those weapons can be used, and it's attached to this giant, but he's got these bionic arms. So because it's such a big weapon, he needs bionic arms to actually lift it. So he's been gifted with those, and then he's also been gifted with a harpoon launcher afterwards. And then on the back, got a few more examples. Got some nice poses on these. And this little guard dude, I quite like that head. It reminds me of the Viking out of the series Vikings. One of the, I think it was the king's brother in the later series anyway. He's got all tattoos down one side of his head like a lot of Vikings do. I think he's a really cool character to put in the gang. So that's the instructions. We'll look at the sprue now. With this set, as with the other Necromunda ones, you get 2 sprues which are identical. So this one sprue here will make 5 models, and this will make 5 models, but they're identical, so we only need to look at one of them. And it's packed with parts. You know, Games Workshop are doing really good with their sprues and the design of their kits now, so they go together very well, and they can plan out what goes on this sprue to make it as efficient as possible. And they've definitely done it. I mean, you've got on the top of here all of your shoulder pads, so they go along the back of the model, and then you just slot the arms onto either sides and the head onto the top of the body. Like I said, we've got a bunch of different pistols and weaponry on here, and in terms of following the instructions, it's quite straightforward. So you'll get bits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and that will be like legs, arm, body, and then the 2 weapons that are supposed to go on that kit, on that model. And then the next one will be like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you can follow the sprue quite straightforward. They're getting really good with that. But you've also got the options, which it tells you on the instructions if you want to swap them in and out. We'll zoom in as well just to get a little bit more detail on these. So we've got these 2 heads up in the top of here. They've got gas masks. So in a box of 10, you've got 4 heads, which you can use all with gas masks if that's what you want to do, or, you know, vent, whatever that is. A way to breathe, respirators, maybe something like that. But you've also got these 2 heads. We've got that one that I said that was the king's brother right there. We've got another one with these nice little goggles as well. We've got some with some really quite fetching beards, and they look really nice. I mean, you've got, look at all the different choices of heads. This is just on the one half of the box, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in this one box of 10 models that you'll build, you've got 20 heads. So you definitely have spares that you can use on other kits, and they're definitely, I would say they're up there as one of the best sculpts of heads that I've seen, which you'll be able to use all over. Imagine like Space Marines with these helmets, having your sergeants with some of these, obviously without their helmets so they get shot. But we've got the bionic arms down here. If anyone's a fan of Iron Hands or Ferrous Manus, let it be known. But there you go, you've got some Iron Hands. And you've got the grappling or grapple launcher, harpoon launcher just there as well. And there's Khaleesi sneezing in the background. We've also got the heavy stubber, or stubber, just down here. Nice big weapon. But my favourite part of this set are all of the little pistols, which are revolvers. Not these ones, these are quite nice. They're like auto pistols with these extra magazines that go underneath it. But it's all these little revolver looking weapons. And they're really nice. And the Orlocks themselves have got these nice handguards and a bit of cloth in there as well, rolled up the sleeves, but they've got a bit of flesh, bit of cloth, bit of techno stuff, and they've got these really cool revolvers. And then if you look at the actual bodies of these, you see you've got this like rubber armor sort of boots. You've got the waistcoats, you've got their t-shirts with the straps that go all over them. I like how they've got these belt buckles with the skulls. That's quite nice. It's going to match my pirate themed Carajons really well. And you've also got these chains that go around them with these little tabardy bits. So there's so much going off on these models when you start to look at them. Even when you look at this shotgun hand here, you've got like a studded wrist guard with an elbow pad, and then you've got their hand guard, and then you've got the shotgun. There's so much going on just on that one piece there, so they've done a really good job doing that detail. But these revolvers, and you know, you've got all this going off on the sprue, like the harpoon launchers and the stubber and all of this, and my favourite parts are these pistols. But yeah, they're amazing. But this servo arm, this servo claw, is really nice as well. You can see you've got the detail down to the robotic fingers and the cables that go up the arm as well. It's just fantastic. Such a good job from Games Workshop. So that's the Necromunda Orlock gang set. There's not much to talk about it really, other than it looks amazing. They've done a great job, and there's tons of potential to use this as just the Necromunda gang as it is, or in conversions for other kits for armies of, you know, if you want to do a techno steampunky or Age of Sigmar army like I'm doing, or if you want to put it in your 40k Imperial Guard army or make an Inquisition force or anything like that, this gives you the potential to do that. So really impressive kit from Games Workshop. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. The Delac or the Delac, whatever they're called, I just said the same thing, but they're my favourite gang, or they used to be my favourite gang in Necromunda, so that's what I'm looking forward to, with the big trench coats and like the Matrix feel and the goggles and the bold heads. That's what I'm looking forward to the most for Necromunda, but these are definitely going to be used in my army. Hopefully this video has been helpful. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you on the next one.